Okay, so I don't know if this is technically considered a fan fiction, but I have found the most incredible Wattpad story. I was looking for some like Krampus related things because I want to do like a Krampus ASMR, and I'm still deciding whether I'm gonna do like a sexy one, a wholesome one, or maybe a wholesome and a sexy one. But anyways. So I'm scrolling. Here I am going through some like fan fiction websites. I see a Wattpad link. I click on it, and it's chapter 3. Krampus is coming to town, and this is everything I love about like the style of what fan fiction would be in a beautiful Christmas package, and I would share with you. So first off, this is chapter 3. Okay, I haven't read 1 and 2, but I don't think we need to. But you need to know that Crystal Snow, who I think is the main character, has made a Christmas wish. I'm assuming something to do with having everyone in her village die, as you will see in a couple moments. But anyway, she made some kind of Christmas wish. Krampus's go to fulfill that Christmas wish, but we are not from her POV. No. We are from Krampus's POV. So it starts with a timestamp. It is 7 a.m. and we are going to be seeing a lot of time changes. So 7 a.m. Krampus POV. My lord, it's time to wake up. I was awoken by my demon butler, Adrian. And then there's like an edgy picture of like an anime dude. I don't know if this is a normal Wattpad thing because I've like literally never been on this site, but there's like little Google images that like help illustrate different points of the story of like, this is what this looks like. And I think that's so cute. My lord, it's time for your breakfast. He spoke. He then brought my breakfast on a tray to me with my cup of wine. I began to eat my food and drink my wine. Today, I have a lot of work to do. I have to punish the people of the village Rothenburg. They have cheated, lied, and stolen, and they have forgotten the Christmas spirit. And for that, they must be punished. Must without a T. Prepare my sleigh. I don't have the time to relax. I must get to work right away, I ordered. Yes, my lord, and also the maids have prepared you a bath, he said, while collecting my dishes, and left the room. I took a deep sigh and changed into my human form and walked to my royal bath. And then you can't see this, but there's like a really smexy demon lord vampire. I'm assuming that's his human form. He's just like a sexy vampire demon. I walked to my bathroom and then I opened the door to be welcomed by some maids. Good morning, master. They cheered with a smile. They all stood in a straight line. Good morning, ladies, I said in a rich voice. They all giggled. I knew they all were infatuated with me. So this is, it's very clear that Krampus in this story, he very sexy, all the ladies into him, but he's too cool for that, and I love this. They led me to my bathtub that was filled with warm water, so I told the maids to close their eyes, but I'm pretty sure they peeked. I stripped off all my clothes and got in the tub. I laid back and let the ladies do the work. I didn't have to do anything. They brushed my hair, washed my arms, legs, and everywhere, aside from my shaft. And then in brackets, it just has a little XD face. The ladies always love to stare at my body, and I love to play with their feelings. So sometimes I flirt with them and make them feel like they have a chance with me. It's got another note in brackets, scoff, playboy, and it's got like a little unamused emoji face. After I was finished with my bath, I ordered them to leave while I get dressed, so they obeyed and left. I changed into my clothes and put my blood-stained red coat over my outfit. When I walk out of the bathroom, it greeted by a seductive voice. Not me, it. Hello, my love. And then there's a little kissy emoji. I knew that voice from anywhere. It was Angelica, like Rugrats. The first time I read this, I thought I was supposed to be picturing Angelica from the Rugrats in my head, which made this next part very confusing. So you can do that too if you like, or you can just assume they mean Angelica like how you'd pronounce the name. She's the castle's whore. She sleeps with everyone, and she's a succubus. Google it. She loves to use her looks to seduce anyone she can get her hands on, and she loves to have sex with anyone. Demons, humans, any species, and even both genders. Yeah, she goes both ways. I really feel like this. I thought this was written by like a teenage boy for a little bit, but like there's some things later that made me think it probably a teenage girl. She targets me the most because I have the most power, money, and handsome looks. When she says she loves me, she means she loves my power. And another reason is that we had sex a couple times, which makes me automatically hers, is what she thinks. I rolled my eyes and walked right past her, not even paying attention to the fact she's wearing lingerie. That's my first indicator that maybe this is not a teenage boy. I'm not sure how many teenage boys know how to spell lingerie or what that is, so that could be a sign. She knows I don't give her the time of day and love her, yet I wonder when she'll take a hint. "Aw, come on, honey, you know you want me," she flirted while hugging from behind and pressing her breasts on my back. I scoffed and shoved her off my back. I watched as she dramatically fell, then sat up and clutched her chest and had fake tears rolling from her eyes. "Why are you so mean? You know you love me," she fake sobbed. I rolled my eyes again and said, "I don't love you, not now or ever," I stated bluntly, and I walked out the door. I walked through the halls, and anyone I walked by bowed their heads. As usual, I continued walking, then I stopped. I was in front of my throne room. I sadly stared at it. Believe it or not, I always wanted a queen. I'm as old as time, and I always wanted to fall in love and have a bride to share everything with and start a family. I sometimes think of a second throne next to mine and what I would do if I had a wife. I would kiss her, spoil her, and love her for eternity. And that's why I won't have a concubine. Google it if you don't know. There's a lot of little like side notes, and I love that. "My lord, your slay awaits," a voice said behind me. Probably Adrian. I like that he doesn't know. He's just assuming it might be Adrian, even though he's literally the one telling the story. "All right, I'll be on my way," I replied, and then I left for my sleigh. When I arrived, all my evil toy minions and elves were there waiting for my orders, and my sleigh was prepared. This part, I need you to picture this, okay? This is in all caps. This is an all-cap sentence, and there's no punctuation. "All right, everyone, this is a Yuri attack the village of Rothenburg. I want every last person punished or killed. No adult nor child will be left unpunished. We will drag every last human to the underworld, where they will either become a slave to my kingdom or go to hell. Now let us conquer and destroy. Huzzah!" With that, I finished my speech. "Huzzah!" everyone repeated. Then they all loaded you in my red sack, and then I transferred them into my demon form and put on my evil St. Nicholas mask and whipped my Yule goats and took off. By the way, there's going to be a lot of getting in and out of the sack in this story, so I need you to be prepared for that. It is now 9:30 a.m., in case you didn't know. So yeah, keep in mind, the day started early in the morning. We're now 9:30 a.m. I arrived at Rothenburg. I landed my Yule goats on the top of the large tower. I got off the sleigh and stood on the point of the tower, and I looked down at the sinful humans who'd forgotten the Christmas spirit. I then grabbed my sack of toys and held it over the edge, and turned it over and all let the toys fall out. I watched as the greedy, selfish humans ran to where all the toys have fallen, and take them. They all fought over the toys. People who didn't have one tried to steal a toy from a person who had one. Soon fights broke out, which led to chaos. Little did they know what would happen to them, and they would all die. This will be interesting, I said to myself with a smirk. I like that he's baiting the people with, and then like it's also adults too. Like the adults also are fight over the toys, and I think that's really cute. Time skip, 11:30 a.m. I was reading this to Goose earlier, and he was like, "This is like a war documentary." Eventually, I released the elves, and the toys came alive, and soon everyone was gone. They were either killed or dragged to hell, or my lair. "Ah!" a family screamed that elves have surrounded them. They sobbed and begged for their lives. The parents even went as far as offering to give their children to them in exchange for their lives. I laughed at this and watched the elves attack, until I heard someone scream, "Hello? Is anyone here?" This caught my attention. I got up and jumped over a few buildings to find the survivor. I like it, just a few building. I just jump over a few. Then I did. I saw what looked like a female in a green cloak holding a basket. This interested me because I saw everyone got either killed or dragged to hell, so I quietly followed her. Time skip, 12:30 a.m. I watched her walk down the road. She saw the house door was open. I recognized that house. I went in that house to punish that family because I got bored. I'm so cool. I don't like ladies in sexy outfit. Also, I'm killing everybody, but like I'm bored about it. I saw my elves build snowman down there. They must have found out she was here for some reason. They like to do that. "Master, do you want us to storm in and kill her?" an elf asked. Through its mind communication in brackets. Roar, I responded, like a howling wolf. When you translate what I said in demon wolf language, it means, no, not now. I think that they just drop in that he can talk in demon wolf language, and that's a thing in this universe. I love that. I love that. He has mind telepathy. He can jump over building. Those are all great powers. I guess I scared her because she ran out of the house frantically. She looked scared. She looked frightened when she heard my elves' lunatic laughter in the sight of all the snowmen, so she ran away. Couldn't imagine why anyone would run away from some lunatic elves. I followed her some more, and then she ran to the town center, and she walked up the fountain steps and sat on the edge, and she opened her basket. It turns out there was bread and a drink in there. I watched her eat all the bread and drank the drink, and got up and walked around some more. Somebody, anybody, are you out there? I heard her scream. I just love that she went to sit down and have a little snack in her lunch basket after running away from the demon elves. She's just yeah, I'm tired. This is far enough away. I ate a snack now. I don't know why I'm still following her. Something instead me is saying for me to keep her alive. I quietly kept following her, but I accidentally slipped on the frozen roof. I caught myself, but my chains rattled loudly. Clank, clank, clank. She froze and looked a little scared, but she kept walking. This girl has no perception. I feel that in my soul. I let out a sigh of relief. Then, in the corner of my eye, I saw one of my elves following her with a sword and was planning to strike her. I immediately took action and yelled at it, "Roar!" which meant, "No, don't you lay a hand on her." I wasn't paying attention and jumped on a house so he could see I meant business. Thump. But then I realized I jumped on the house in front of her. I looked down and she saw me and looked at me with pure horror. I jump across the entire I jump across to another house to make her think I left so I could watch her more, but it backfired. I just casually jump on some house roofs too without noticing. I'm very cool like that. 2:50 p.m. Keep in mind the day started at 7. Ah! She screamed and ran away, and she dropped her basket. Shit! I cursed to myself. I ran after her. I jumped across houses and followed her. I saw her trip on a body that was frozen solid. She looked pale, but for some reason, I felt I needed to hold her, but I didn't even know her. I followed her all the way to the bridge. When I got there, she was halfway over the bridge, so I landed in the front of the bridge behind her. Thud. I saw her look behind to see if I was there. She saw me stand here, and she had a nervous look. But she kept running, and after a few minutes, I couldn't see her. After those few minutes, I realized why I couldn't let harm come to her, for 2 reasons. 1, she was the person who made the wish, so I can't hurt her. 2, she was my mate. Us demons get very protective and loving to our mates. We usually have demon mates. There was never a demon who had a human mate. I guess I'm the first one. I think he just knows. He's just yep, I'm my mate now. We together. I'm a hunter down. I smirked at this, then I felt a tug on my coat. I looked down to see Teddy Clow, spelled Klaue. He looked at me with a confused look and said, "Master, why did you let her go?" I smirked, then replied, "She's my mate," looking in the direction she ran in. After what I said, he had a wide smile that cheerfully said, "Congratulations." I smiled and said, "Thank you. Now tell everyone to get in my red sack, and if they ask why, tell them I have to collect my bride." He smiled and nodded rapidly and ran off to tell the others. I smirked and jumped on a roof and ran to my sleigh. Then I say everyone loaded it in my sack. Then I got in a seat. I'll finally get a wife, I thought. Then I whipped my Yule coats and took off. Time skip. It's now 4:01 p.m. specifically. No, not just 4:01 p.m. As I was flying in the air, I saw my bride down on the ground, battling the strong winds. I felt guilty. If I've known my mate was here, I wouldn't have made the snowstorm so powerful. I like it he just throw that in there. We got to see his whole breakfast and that interaction with not Angelica from the Rugrats, but at no point was he like, maybe I should mention I can make snowstorms on purpose. I saw her in front of a house. I must be hers because she pounded on the door, and I saw a little boy open it and smile when she saw her and gave her a hug. Gasp! Is she married? I questioned, as I felt anger and jealousy consume me. I wanted to jump down and kill the husband and take her and her child to my palace and let them live with me. I just took a deep breath and landed my sleigh on a hill nearby. I couldn't just barge in, so I sent one of my elves to investigate for me. I ordered him to go by the house and see if she was married and listen to any conversations she is saying to anyone in the house. Time skip. 5 p.m. I got impatient. I waited for 1 hour for that elf to get. I started to growl and tap my fingers, but then the elf came back, and out of breath he must have ran. Magasp, master! I found out she wasn't married. The little boy was her younger brother, and the people in the house are her family, he exclaimed. I was overjoyed. That meant I could start a family with her. I stood up tall and got out of the sleigh and ordered, Get everyone out of the sleigh and go by the house and wait for my order to go in the house. No one in the house is to be killed, only captured and brought outside. Am I clear? Very clear, master, he replied. He bowed and went to my sack and got everyone out, then told everyone what I said. I walked to the toys and grabbed the jack-in-the-box at the bottom of the sack. The jester in the box was named Der Clown. I winded the crank so it could open. Pop! The box opened, and I saw Der Clown slowly came out of the box. He stretched and yawned. He took a nap after he feasted upon all the people he could eat. When he saw he stood straight and said, Master, do you need anything? I nodded. I need you to go in that house and capture the female in the green cloak. You can do whatever you want with the rest of the people, but spare her, I ordered. He's just like, yeah, just kill her family. I just need the lady. She my bride. Everyone else, kill him. He smiled and said, Your wish is my command, master. I nodded, then used my goat legs and jumped from the hill to the house. I landed with a loud thud. I walked to the chimney with Der Clown. Remember what you need to do, or else, I threatened him. Yes, master, he answered, and with that I closed the lid and dropped him down the chimney. After I dropped a few minutes afterward, I heard screaming. I was worried for my bride, but I known if Der Clown disobeys me, he will get thrown in the furnace in my evil toy factory. The elves waited outside and watched outside the window, then started laughing like lunatics. They knew Der Clown can mess up sometimes. Time's 6 p.m. now, just in case you needed to know. Screech! Like he does in the movie. I think they're talking about the Krampus movie, and these are all like the minion characters. I don't know if you've seen that movie. It kind of cool. That made me up jump. What he said was, Master, I found her. I mind linked him to say, Good, bring her to me. I smirked. This would be easier than I thought. After a few minutes, his mind linked me to say, Master, they ran to the root cellar and locked themselves in. I growled. So much for this being easy. I told him to pound on the door until it breaks and get them out. After about 10 minutes, there was another screech. He said, Master, they fooled me and locked me in the root cellar. I facepalmed long and hard. He may be deadly, but he is a dumbass. In brackets, they just have a little ha 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 XD. I whistled to the elves and nodded to let them know to bust in. Then kicked the window open. Sorry, I need to reread that. Then kicked the window open, and destroyed the wall. They brought everyone that was in the house out in arm locks. I was overjoyed to see my future queen. I jumped off the roof with a loud thud. I walked up to my now kneeling bride. I was curious what my future wife looked like, so I ripped off the hood of her cloak and grabbed her jaw to look at her face. I think that he was already like, yep, that's my wife. He had no idea what she looked like. He just saw her from a distance in a cloak and was like, that a nice pair of legs. That's for me now. I couldn't believe what I was witnessing. She's beautiful beyond words. She's a goddess in a human body. My cold heart felt warm for the first time. All I wanted to do was hold her and never let her go, to spoil her and smother her with kisses, to take her to my lair and make her mine. I want her. No, I need her. I love her with all my heart. I would give her the world to make her happy. I would kill anyone who made her cry. I would do anything for her. I'm enamored. I'm smitten. I'm in love. I feel in love at my first sight. I just think that really cute. That's the whole story. So yeah, this is what is this actually called? It's called The Bride of Krampus, and it's by Ariel Panda 2. So nobody be mean to Ariel Panda 2. This is literally the best thing I've ever read, and I love it to pieces. It's beautiful. We have like all it's amazing. Okay, there's like he's got all these crazy powers that he just like pull out, and he's like, yep, I can jump over a few buildings. Just cause. Seriously, this is excellent. This is like a 10 out of 10 for me. That was all I was never bored for a single moment reading this. I've actually read this like 4 times because I read it first to myself, then I forced Goose to read it with me, and then I'm reading it to you again, and I will probably read this at work because I want to know what happened in the rest of the story. Because it's beautiful. I really hope Krampus and Crystal Snow have a wonderful life together after he murders her whole family. Um, yeah, I love this. I love this so many. If anyone finds me some more Wattpad stories, I will read these. Because I've technically read some fan fictions on my Patreon, but like it's kind of a secret because I don't have a lot of stuff on there. But this is beautiful. Okay, this is everything that like a fanfic style story should be. I got little pictures of what the characters should look like and how sexy they are. We have an anime protagonist who goes from "I'm a cold, dead-hearted murderer. I care not for women or lingerie," to like, "Oh my god, I'm in love with her. I would die for her, but I'm still gonna kill her whole family." It's beautiful. I love this. And I just wanted to share this joy with you because it's amazing. So that was my little quick morning fanfiction ready thing. I thought you would enjoy. Thank you for your time. I love this so many. I will save this forever.